The Lady Spikers outlast Ateneo last Tuesday in 5 sets to firm up their hold of solo second in the standings. The performance of the girls showed how much they've improved in different ways from the first round. Floor coverage is better, positioning has improved, and the digs and receptions are done by all players, not just a few. Blocking is slowly making its presence felt as an offensive weapon. Our tall lineup is starting to learn to read the opponents and anticipate their attacks at the net. More opponent hits are getting partially blocked and retrieved, and we've started to see outright kill blocks. There are still gaps though, and many shots are still able to penetrate the net defense, so it could be better. The team's depth is starting to become a factor. Off days sometimes affect a player, and Coach Ramil has so many options to choose from if a particular player isn't performing well in a game. Our regular open hitters are Julina and Leah, but Matet Espina has proven that she can be a potent alternative. At opposite, we have Leila Cruz, but when she's off, Jean Sereno can easily cover for her. And Erica Santos is another viable right side hitter. At setter, Julia Coronel is already an able replacement for Mars Alba, and with a lot more exposure, will offer a different kind of headache for opponents. The good distribution of points across our players is a good indication that the Lady Spikers can consistently deliver points. We may not have high scores, but we do have a lot of players capable of scoring. The team is stepping up and accepting the challenge. Jolina was off form during the first round, but upped her game not only on offense and defense, but also in terms of leadership by example. She's had consecutive best games recently. The middle blockers Thea and Fifi are potent threats when the setters give them good looks, and are effective intimidators for any opponent trying to attack close to the net. When they got momentarily disturbed by the bad calls in the fourth set, they allowed Ateneo to rally to within 2 points, but they steadied themselves and closed it out. Coach Ramil has adopted his approach. His traditional slower-paced build-up to a season was torpedoed by the lockdown, and he was forced to cram his training program, which typically covered all technical and skill aspects of the game. The players are less specialized and more well-rounded in terms of skill set that they show on the court. For example, there are less setting errors or double touch from our team compared to past years. They know how to pass the ball well. Digging and reception skills are also better all around, and we've seen our tall middles diving and digging. Coach Ramil has used the high volleyball IQs of the players to great advantage. Against Ateneo, his timeouts were less technical and more directional, and he relied on his players to make the right judgment call and plays. They'll still botch a few plays, but that confidence he's showing will pay off in big ways later on. As of this recording, it's a big possibility that LaSalle will have the twice-to-beat advantage in the Final Four. And if we base it on historical performance, hindi pa sila natatalo sa Final Four pag silang may twice-to-beat advantage. So it's very likely that they will face still undefeated NU sa championship. If they do advance sa finals, we're not sure if they'll get to upend NU this season, as they have a fairly big head start in their teamwork and togetherness on the court, and they're very comfortable with their position. But we're close. If only the season were stretched out a bit more, instead of being compressed as it is this season, there would have been enough time for the team to prepare for the playoffs. But with the elimination round ending this week, and the playoffs gonna start next week already, the girls will just have to continue to work on their game as best they can. We're seeing the Lady Spikers' real potential start to come out, and it's looking really good.